Hey guys, today's topic is near and dear to a lot of people's hearts. Should I quit my job and start a business? When can I quit my job and start my own business? I get asked that question a lot. Or someone wants my opinion on when they can start their own business and get away from that 9-to-5 grind, the job that they hate, or the job that is stressing them out. We're going to talk about that now. And should you quit your job and start a business? For most of you, it's no. Some of you guys, it is yes. Now, I would rather that you start a business and quit your job. And there are a lot of reasons why that I make that suggestion. Number one, in today's society and in corporate America and pretty much all over the world, job security is just not there. And at the time of making this video, you guys already know the things that are going on with the coronavirus pandemic. Those professionals that thought they had job security is finding out that there is no such thing as job security, especially when you're depending on and working for someone else. Now, I'm going to tell you up front that I believe everyone should be an entrepreneur. Even if you're not doing it full time, you need another stream of income. And later in some other follow-up videos, so you guys stay tuned to my channel. Also subscribe if you haven't already. I am going to touch the entrepreneur topic a lot. I believe again that all of us have gifts, talents, and passions. I believe everyone has at least one gift or talent that they can get paid for, that they can monetize. Our problem is what we believe, which is the wrong mindset. Now, back to today's topic. Should you quit your job and start a business? Like I said, for most of you it's no. Number one, there are some steps that you must take even to prepare yourself to quit your job. This is not something you can take lightly. Again, what are your gifts? What are your talents? What are your passions? What would you do even if you didn't get paid to do it? What are your interests? Some of you guys are techies. You know how to build websites. You know everything about a cell phone. Some of you guys are writers, content writers. Some of you guys hate being in an office. You would rather be traveling, working with your hands. Some of you guys know how to troubleshoot very well. That's a gift. That's a talent. Start there. Now, I do want to make a statement here. Not all of your gifts and talents and passions will start making money from day one. But you can work towards that. You may have to take or start a business, be it a small business, that will put food on the table, that will be that extra stream of income. Start there. Now, as I said earlier, you need to have another stream of income. You've heard it 1,000 times. Putting all your eggs in one basket, especially today, spells disaster for you and for your family. First part of the business plan is that you need to consider other factors. Number one, before you even put pen to paper, is what type of business are you going to start? The second problem, before you go to the next question, is do you have the 6 months of emergency fund? That is very important. What you don't want to do is start a business that's going to immediately put financial stress on you and your family. Guys, I cannot overstate this. The last thing that you need, the last thing that you need to add to your plate as you're starting a business is additional stress. And you don't have to if you do this right. So you need to sit down and write that plan, and then you need to take everything into consideration to start this business. How much is it going to cost? What type of business? Where is the business location? What do I need to start that business? Do I need tools? Do I need equipment? Do I need an office? Do I need a different location other than my home? Do I need a laptop, computers? All of those things must be considered first before you spend a dime in that business. I cannot say that enough. You need to set some goals, some short, near, and long-term goals. Like, when can you expect this business to start bringing in some income? That's important. How much income? What can I expect the first month, the second month, month 5, month 6, whatever it takes to get that business off the ground the right way and to make that business successful before you walk away from that job. Another factor is, are you an entrepreneur? Now, what do I mean by that? Everyone thinks they're an entrepreneur, but an entrepreneur has to have, number one, the right mindset. If you quit easily, if you stress easily, if things get you in an uproar to the point you cannot conduct business and show some self-control, then you need to work on that before you start a business, because there will be challenges. Now, again, it doesn't have to be great challenges, but there will be challenges. Everything is not going to go according to plan. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now, there are some low startup businesses that I will mention later in the video. If I don't get a chance to, then I will mention it in the next video. I don't want to make this video extremely long. I just want to give you an overview of why you should not, most of you, quit your job and start a business, but rather start a business and then quit your job. Number 3, start part-time first before you make it full-time. A lot of us, especially those that want to start their own business, always had a dream of starting their own business. In the idea stage, it's great. Can't beat it. You can't wait to get started. You're excited until you actually put your hands, effort, and actually start that business. You may find out that you don't like it as well as you thought. You don't like running a business, or you don't like this particular business. Again, I do want to emphasize, all of you are entrepreneurs, but you must start the right business or you will quit before you get it off the ground, before you make it successful. Tip number 4, and this may come across as a little bit strange for you guys. Don't do it for the money only. There's another cliche for those of you that play dominoes or in some other areas. All money ain't good money. Not isn't, ain't good money. Now, what do we mean by that? Everyone thinks money will make you happy. No. If you do the business right, if you have the talent and the passion and the gift, the money will come. No doubt about it. The money is a side product, a byproduct. By meaning what? That's automatic. Just do the business right and you won't have a problem making the money. Now, tip number 5, keep the overhead low. Whatever business you're going to start, keep your overhead low. What does that mean? Use your house for your office. Buy a cheap cell phone. Don't use the same cell phone. When I started my business, I bought a Go phone for $19.95. And that phone served my business until the business took off, which was shortly in my business. Probably the first month and a half, I was really doing very well. The other thing, don't hire employees. Now, if you're married and your spouse helps you, or you have children and they help you, that's what I call cheap labor. You're already feeding them, you're already helping them, the wife already has a job. That's where you're going to put in that time. Now, another way to keep your overhead low is you're going to do what is known as sweat equity. You're going to have to find that time to do that business. Let me give you another tip. When I was building my online course, because I have a wife, and at the time 2 of the kids was here, it might have been 3, we have 4. I got up at 2 o'clock in the morning, every morning, to get on the computer and creating this online course. Guys, you're gonna have to be dedicated up front. If that's your time or evenings, you're going to have to invest and find that quiet time to start this business. Whether it's weekends, 2 or 3 days a week. Now don't make it unrealistic. Don't try to do this 7 days a week. I would not suggest that. You're going to burn out. Choose 3 days. Choose 2 days, 4 days. Choose an hour or hour and a half. But start that business. And with that business plan, you should already have the goals that you want to accomplish week by week. And it's really not that hard if you do it that way. Number 6, you must have positive support. Now again, if you're by yourself, you're not married, then find someone, preferably a mentor, that is either starting the same business you have, something similar, or at the very least is a positive mentor. Do not hang around negative people. And especially, even if they're entrepreneurs and have started their own business, if they're still negative, you don't want to deal with that person. Because there are negative entrepreneurs. They're doing very well. Their business is successful, but that person is just negative. Don't hang around them. Don't tell your vision of starting a business to negative people. They're going to discourage you. They're going to tell you the 9 out of 10 reasons why it won't work. But people are doing it every day and they're very successful. Don't do that. Sit down with your spouse if you're married. Sit down with that friend. Share those ideas. But again, make sure they're positive, they're on board. Number 7, this is a challenge. What business do I start, and how do I start it with the minimum amount of finances? Well, let me give you a couple of real good tips. Number 7, as I mentioned earlier, small business ideas, and I'll add with low startup. That's the business, at least if you don't have a great idea of a business already, that you need to start with. You want to start with a small business that solves a problem. That is the best small business to start with. That's the one that's going to be successful almost immediately. First, people will pay for a need, not a want. There is a difference. With today's economy, with what's going on in the world, and it don't have to be the coronavirus pandemic, people will always find money to pay for a need. So here's one. Service businesses are awesome. Low startup, you get them off the ground pretty quickly, referrals. So let me give you some ideas. Before I give you some ideas, let me tell you what not to start. Number 1, don't start saturated local businesses. They are a challenge to get off the ground. Like what? Lawn care. Everybody and their brother is cutting grass. Everybody and their brother has lawnmowers, and they're doing commercial and residential in your neighborhood. Don't do mobile car wash. Everybody and their brother and sister are doing mobile car wash because it's simple and easy. So you're going to find a challenge in that area to find customers. It is saturated. Now, here's a couple of them. No pun intended, this is one. I'm sorry, the wrong side. This is one. Appliance repair. Now, I'm not tooting my own horn, but it is an awesome, lucrative business with low startup. Now, I'll discuss that later. You want to find a problem like that. Raking leaves. In my area, there are leaves everywhere. And all of the people in those homes, especially the seniors, hate to do it. They hate raking leaves. They will pay for that. Start there. Find something that there is a problem that you can solve. Try to make it a rare problem. And when I say rare, I don't mean it's only one or two in the neighborhood, but just don't make it something that's saturated, as I mentioned earlier. Like another one is power washing. Well, everybody and their brother power wash. Now, I will give you a tip on another one for the appliance repair that most people and is low startup don't know about, and we're going to create that ourselves, and that is vent cleaning. That is a lucrative business. Stay tuned to our channel. So again, guys, low startup is your goal. Solve the problem. Put on your mind service businesses. Now again, you're only going to do this for a short time if that's not your dream business. But it will bring in several streams of income for your finances, so you don't have to dip into that emergency fund if you don't have to. I do want to touch on the financial side at the end of this video briefly, and then I'll add it to another video. When that business starts to make money, just because it's making a few dollars, don't quit your job. It must sustain you. In other words, if it's costing you, your income is $5,000 a month, and that pays the bills, that gives you guys a little leadway, you're able to save, being a Christian, you're able to give, then that's what that business need to produce on a consistent, regular basis. Not one time you make $5,000 in a month and you don't make it again for another 5 months. Don't quit your job. It's not time. Guys, starting a business, being an entrepreneur is awesome, but there is a right way to do it. So again, at the end of this video, don't quit your job and start a business. Start a business and quit your job. Again, I thank you for watching the video. If you haven't subscribed, please do that. If you got comments or something, or you have some tips about some other low startup businesses and ideas that I can share with the subscribers and students, please let us know. And as always, be blessed and be encouraged.